Hello and welcome to Demon's Forge. Today I am building a unit of Convict Legionaries for the Junker faction of the Void 1.1 game. Void 1.1 is a 28mm tabletop battle system for 2 or more players. The game is set in a universe where the human worlds of Iridia, Ironglass and Prime fight over colonies in the farthest reaches of the galaxy. The Junkers are a military force made of convicts, hailing from the planet Ironglass. They fight for an authoritarian empire under the rule of a secretive senate. On the battlefield, their hardware is crude, and tactically they rely on weight of numbers. Convict Legionaries come equipped with shotguns, blades, and battle shields. Cannon fodder doesn't really need complicated weapons after all. These metal models are not the first convicts I've owned. Back in 2015, I managed to get a hold of the seemingly rare and elusive plastic sprues. These models need to be stripped of their paint so I can have a decent sized presence on the table. The posing of these metal sculpts is static but still characterful. I can easily see these men and women being barely kept under control by the threat of their neural spike implants. For these models, and eventually my 2015 plastic lot, I decided to go with the Forcebook standard paint scheme of red armour and dark bodysuit. I base coated with black and started blocking colours in, starting with Mephiston red. The shields are a relatively flat surface, so I started there for each model, and not moving on to a different area until the red was decently uniform. I painted the weapons and random piping with some lead belcher. The bodysuits in artwork look grey, but as I don't have a good selection of darker greys, I decided to substitute with Cantor blue instead, the darker colour still contrasting nicely against the armour. The backpack fabric and leg holsters received a base of XV88 to further break up the model's colour. I decided to apply this base to the Decorian spare head. Don't worry, there is madness to my method. Even with these base colours down, the squad looks tabletop ready. To get some quick shade done, I gave each model a full body wash with Nuln oil. This helped redefine the colour separation in places, while highlighting details washed out by the flat colours. As before, I'll redo the red armour first, this time with Evil Sun Scarlet. Starting with the shields to get the consistent opacity, I chose to leave the metal at just the shaded base colour. Metallics have always been my bane. The various leather and cloth details, including tiny pouches — I honestly was not expecting any of these on the figure — were painted with Karak stone. The Decorian's hair was also painted in this colour. When painting the blue bodysuit, I did at first try using Army Painter's Ultramarine Blue. I don't know what I did wrong. The bottle was shaken thoroughly and sampled onto my budget wet palette. Could I have accidentally overwatered down the paint? If you're experienced with both Games Workshop and Army Painter paints, please leave a comment if you know what I did wrong. The rest of the squad was painted with Altdorf Guard. This does make the models look a bit brighter, but still has a good contrast. The last details to paint was the uncovered face of the Decorian. I noticed his mask had a headband, so this was picked out in red along with the faceplate. Some shotgun shells unique to the Decorian mold got a pick out with red as well. I enjoyed painting these figures and I look forward to getting their plastic piers paint stripped to join the ranks. Thanks for watching. If you're a collector of Void 1.1, comment down below what army or armies you've assembled. Help me gather my own Junker force by liking this video, and if you really enjoy my content, please contribute on my Patreon. I'll be back on Monday with my next video. If you enjoy wargaming, trading card games, or toy review and customization, hit the subscribe button. I hope to see you again in the next video.